Hi, I'm Major Chad Jesperson, Deputy Division Chief at the Office of Disability Counsel. If you're watching this video, you have likely been referred into the Disability Evaluation System, or DES, commonly referred to as being MEB'd. At the beginning of this process, you may have a decision about which disability evaluation system you wish to use. This video will touch on how a service member is directed into the Integrated Disability Evaluation System, IDES, or the Legacy Disability Evaluation System, or LDES, after a brief description of each.
I'm Senior Airman Nicolette Williams, a disability paralegal with the Office of Disability Counsel located on Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas. This video is meant to give you an overview of the differences between the IDES and LDES processes. In accordance with Department of Defense and Air Force regulations, if you are considering selecting LDES, you must discuss this decision with the disability attorney. This video is not to be considered as legal advice, nor a replacement for a discussion with one of our disability attorneys, as the recommendation provided for either LDES or IDES will be based on your specific circumstances.
You have been referred to the Disability Evaluation System because your primary care provider or medical treatment facility has determined you may have a medical condition, injury, or illness that impacts your ability to continue serving. Therefore, this process is designed to answer two questions. First, are you fit or unfit for service? And second, if you are unfit for service, what is the severity of your condition, injury, or illness? The first question is answered by a simple yes or no. First at the medical evaluation board phase, and again at the informal evaluation board, and possibly at the formal physical evaluation board if you choose to appeal it.
The second question, the severity of your condition, injury, or illness, is answered depending on whether you select to proceed with IDES or LDES. This is the first point where you have a choice. Put simply, if you choose IDES, the Department of Veteran Affairs will rate all your conditions. If you choose the LDES, the Air Force will only rate your unfitting conditions.
Going into more detail, if a service member chooses IDES, a Physical Evaluation Board Liaison Officer, or PEBLO, will arrange to have that member evaluated at the Department of Veterans Affairs in what is known as a compensation and pension examination. This is a series of medical evaluations or examinations where all medical conditions a service member is claiming, to include the unfitting medical condition that initiated the entire DES process, are identified and evaluated. This evaluation will result in a disability rating being assessed for each condition, which will then be used throughout the remaining portions of the DES process.
LDES is slightly different, but does provide some advantages that may better fit the needs of a service member. In LDES, the service member is not sent to the Department of Veterans Affairs to accomplish all their ratings. Rather, their MEB is processed with the singular goal of determining whether the unfit medical condition or conditions allow for continued military service. In the LDES, the Air Force assesses the disability rating and rates only the unfit condition or conditions using the Department of Veteran Affairs criteria. This essentially skips the VA compensation and pension exam with the understanding that a service member can complete their VA claim and the related additional exams once that individual separates from military service.
So you may be asking yourself, what is the difference and why does it matter? Well, in terms of the right to counsel, there is nothing different between IDES and LDES. A service member can contact our office at the appropriate point in the MEB and be detailed an attorney to assist with their case should they desire.
Where the LDES-IDES differ is the timeline. The IDES system anticipates that the case will be complete within 180 days of initiation. And while the more popular IDES system takes longer, it does provide a service member with the completed VA claim. The advantage is that once retirement or separation officially begins, VA benefits will start to flow, providing valuable benefits.
In contrast, the typical benefit of electing LDES is that a service member can complete their MEB faster, which often means a service member can better plan. Essentially, the service member may be able to accept a job offer, enroll in school, or simply out-process from the Air Force or Space Force faster.
While the majority of MEBs are processed using IDES, there are a few considerations which determine how a service member can end up in the LDES system. But most of the time, a service member chooses LDES based on their personal needs. This is why it is required that you contact the Office of Disability Counsel before making a selection to ensure you understand LDES and IDES so you can elect the system that better addresses your goals and circumstances.
It is important to note that the medical commander can direct a service member into LDES. This decision must be articulated in writing based on a number of factors, but must ultimately be in the best interests of the Air Force and/or the service member. If this is your situation, please contact our office immediately to discuss.
We hope you found this video helpful in understanding the difference between IDES and LDES. Again, this video is only for general knowledge purposes and does not constitute legal advice. It does not replace the requirement that a service member consult with an Office of Disability Counsel attorney when directed to do so by their PEPLO. Our office is standing by to answer your questions and advocate for you.